Five one time for your mind.
Welcome to Sunbeat Live. I'm Adrian Valente with Sunbit, and if you're one of our dealership partners, you're in the right place. Happy Wednesday, April 22nd. Welcome to our weekly educational series where we help trained and certified users like you build your comfort and confidence using Sunbit with the people you serve. And we cover different topics each week, and you're in for a good one because today, for the first time ever, we're going to be diving into the Sunbit customer app and how people manage their payment plans and all their settings. We're going to be doing a deep dive into that for you Sunbeasts today. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, we are joined by show producer and co-host. Please welcome to the program, Juanita Brown. Juanita, how are you?
I am great. Happy Wednesday. Happy April 22nd. Wednesday. It's almost May. It's gonna be May. I didn't do that last year. Someone called me out. They were like, what? I think it was Kayla. Kayla was like, Nita, why didn't you say the line? And I was like, So,
missed opportunity. Chat, good to see you. Good to see a lot of the regulars. Yuri, good to see for a previous guest of the show, Yuri Molina. She's here in the chat with us today. Yes.
And some awards winners, because Yuri and Victor won an award.
Right. Victor. Yeah.
Tim, it's going to be May. It's gonna be May.
All right. So Oh, Juanita, I realize we didn't talk about our which lay we were gonna. Yeah. I didn't even get one. I didn't grab one.
Well, I got us. I had this last week. So it's not
represent.
Reused from last week.
We're talking about the Elite Escape. It's been happening since March 2nd, and it's running through May 30th for your opportunity to win a trip to Hawaii with a +1. This is your chance to actually, let's take a look at the leaderboard. I believe I have it pulled up real quick. Let's check in with folks. Thomas Yadrin, who's here in the chat in the number 3 spot. Looks like he's definitely going to Honolulu. But the numbers, actually, I'm going to put that in the chat for folks. Let me grab that website address. Going to head over to sunbeast.com/SB Elite Escape Dealerships. And you can see the live rankings there for as long as you get to 10 Sunbit transactions, you get your name in 10 raffle entries because the top 15 are going, but then we're doing the Paradise pick for how many folks, Juanita?
5.
Yes. 5 people are going to earn their spot to Hawaii to join the crew. And it's not just the auto dealership Sunbeasts. It's also going to be dental all together. The best of the best from auto and dental, the big 2 industries for Sunbit and the Sunbeast community.
I'm going to spill some tea. Dental's been checking on y'all. Okay.
Wait, what?
Dental has been checking on auto. Dental's been like, yo, who has how many Sunbits is the number 1 in auto? Because they're like competing with you guys on the leaderboards on the low. So in their shows, they're always like, wait. How many is the number 1 at auto? Who's winning? Does dental have more in their number 1 or does auto? So they're low key competing with you guys.
I'm sorry. Yuri in the chat asked for the password is Sunbit. The password is Sunbit.
Lowercase.
To get into the, I forgot about the password it asks for. Lowercase Sunbit. I do got a little bit of tea. I got a little bit of tea.
More tea.
If you're curious who's ahead right now. Dental is currently in the lead. Auto has some catching up to do. The number 1 in dental is at 175. 175.
What was
Auto's
at
163?
Okay, 163.
163. Let's go ahead and switch over to the dental tab. I'll show you that in real time. Yeah, 175 and 165. We got 2 dental Sunbeasts are ahead of the auto dealership crew. But go check it out now and stay up to date on everything that's happening with that. And we also got the tropical trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Juanita, what's happening with that? Did a new round drop already, or are we still in round 1?
Oh, Great question. I haven't checked. It should be round two because there's supposed to be a new one going out each week. But I'm not
Ooh.
sure what day of the week they started the last one. So it could be
So
round
tropical
two.
trivia.
But either way, oh, round two was last week, Austin said. So then
Well, we're
maybe
way
they're going to
behind.
start round three. We're
We
behind.
need-
Do your trivia, enter the raffle for the $20, and check it every week.
Nice.
Round two was
Nice.
the 15th. Thanks, Chelsea. Hey, look at us. Teamwork makes the dream work.
We're doing it. Before we
are
get into
doing
today's topic, Juanita, you ready for the news?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the news, y'all. All right, guys, 'tis I with the news. So we are going to talk about the death of the affordable car in America. This is an article we found from Car Edge, and it talks about how new cars back in 2012, there were 12 new cars available that cost under $25,000. Today, we are at 4. Big difference, right? And then when you look at the average cost of a new car from 2019, it looks like we were at 37,000 for a new car. We are almost at $50,000. That's the average new car transaction price as of 2026. Nissan Versa, $50,000, Thomas. No, I'm just kidding. But we are going up in car transaction pricing, which means that the average new car payment is around $749 a month, but 1 in every 5 buyers are paying around $1,000 a month for their car note. That's not even including insurance. So when you're adding on the insurance cost, $1,200 to $1,500 a month just for the car, right? That's not gas. That's not maintenance, which is what we're here for, right? Auto repair costs up 15% year over year. And that average repair visit runs about $840. So 1,000 on 1,000 for car maintenance monthly, all of these costs that are coming up. 40% of Americans can't cover that amount, that $840 just with cash. But you have Sunbit, right? And that's why it's so important to offer Sunbit and monthly payment options to every person every time, because these costs just continue to rise. We don't know anyone's situation. We don't know if someone just wants to pay monthly, and we don't know if someone really needs it. So just remember that we are here to help people. We are here to help every person every time, and we can do so, especially with the rising costs, by presenting Sunbit as a payment option. Back to you, Adrian.
No, thank you, Juanita. Boy, doing this Sunbit training with dealerships for the past decade and just watching the news, watching these numbers continue to rise year over year, it's great that we're able to provide folks with a fair and transparent option to help them get a little bit of breathing room. Simply pay over time.
Especially with all our programs now, too, that we have available with all of
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 months
Gosh.
no interest. We've just got so many different options that fit many people's needs. So it really just doesn't hurt to just present it and give them that option.
When I started in 2016, the maximum approval amount back then was, I think, $1,500, and then it became $3,000. And then with dealerships, it went up to $5,000, and then $8,000, and then $10,000. And my original Sunbit on my Hyundai, there weren't any sort of 0% options or anything like that. It was just very standard, 3, 6, 12 months. Each one has different interest, different amounts due today. It was very simple. Now we have even longer terms, higher approvals, lower amounts due at checkout, and higher minimum approvals. A lot of the folks on the All Approved program, I think it's a minimum $400 approval.
400.
Right. So, being able to help folks just at least get the work done today that they need, stay safe on the road. That's a really important aspect of the program.
Yeah.
Juanita, thank you for walking us through that. So
my
for
pleasure.
today, We're going to talk about what actually happens after a Sunbit transaction. So a lot of you are very used to the tablet app, sending pre-qualification links, running through those monthly payment options with folks, using your business dashboard, accessing the marketing materials, all the things we do. But we've never, in all these years, did a dedicated episode just for the customer app. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on the Sunbit customer app. So to frame things, we're going to fast forward to the end of a Sunbit transaction. We're going to fast forward to the end of a Sunbit transaction. It's going to get us right here. Many of you know that when you get to the end of a Sunbit on your tablet, it says thank you. And at the same time, an email goes out to you and your customer, letting them see exactly all the details from their Sunbit transaction with you. And in that email, some of you know that we remind customers, hey, if you want to manage any of this payment plan stuff, you can go to our website, sunbit.com, or you can download the Sunbit app. It used to be called My Sunbit. Now it's just called Sunbit. So in the app stores, for Android and iOS with Apple, you can go download Sunbit. And I know a lot of you have even helped customers get started on downloading the app to make sure they're set up, that they can see everything. Because, Sunbit, it's easy to just set it and forget it because that's the way it's set up for convenience. So folks see their monthly payment options and due dates. And of course, they can call us to help with changing their due date or updating certain settings with their account. But they can also do all that self-service through the Sunbit app. Okay, so we're going to go through this together because if you've gone to the App Store, you might have been like, wait a minute, there's actually a couple of different apps that Sunbit makes. So we're going to talk about that real quick. Now, there are 4 apps, especially if you go to the iOS App Store, because first, we have the app for customers. So that's just plain old Sunbit. And they can download that for Android or iOS. They can get it on their iPhone. Now there's Sunbeast. That's for you. A lot of you are using the Sunbeast app, rewards points and continuing your education and staying up to date on all the updates. But then we have these 2 business apps. Now that's what you're used to. That's what's on your tablet, right? So when we go over to the iPad, so Quinita, let's head over to the iPad real quick, right? So those 2 apps, many of you may not know this, you can just download them yourself, right? They're at the bottom. That's the Sunbit Merchant app, right? I'm logged in as Jim Karras Nissan. We got Thomas Yadrin who's here right now, right? Ooh, they got Sunbit Spanish up there in the corner. They got a whole bunch of cool stuff going on, right? But then there's also the
by Johnny, thank you.
Oh, that was nice. And we got Sunbit Practice, where you can do a demo of Sunbit. I was checking out our new orthodontics model using our demo tablet there. So if we go back here to the visual, if you have your own iPads on the service drive, you can actually download the Sunbit Merchant app and the Sunbit Practice app, just like you do on your Sunbit issued tablets. But for customers, this is what they're looking for. Now that Sunbit app, especially for those of you that are not only trained and certified Sunbeasts, but maybe like me, you're also a Sunbit customer. You've used it before. You're probably already familiar with the Sunbit app on your phone. So for those of you that are not, let's actually check it out, what it's like. Now, a customer downloads this, and to get started, they're going to put in their email. It's the same one they used for their Sunbit transaction, right? And then they're just going to put in the last 4 digits of their Social Security or ITIN number, just like the same one they entered at the end of the Sunbit transaction. And that'll help Sunbit connect to their account, and they're going to verify their phone number that they put in the application. It can either be a text or a call. And once they verify, now they're set up in the Sunbit app. So let's take a look at one of the newer updates for those of you that use the biometric prompts. So at this point, whether they're using iOS or Android, customers will have the opportunity to enable Face ID or Touch ID for easy access, like a lot of our other banking apps that many of us use, right? Now on the home screen, if you have an active Sunbit loan, you're going to be able to see all of those details right there. So you'll see the total amount of the payment plan, how much has been paid so far, the remaining balance. And you can see right there under the blue Make a Payment button, you got payment settings, loan documents. So you can manage everything right here and see all those details at a glance. So what are the payment settings? Well, the payment settings allow folks to update their debit card. This is something people have been asking for a long time. And of course, you can call us but the Sunbit app does it for folks. They can just change and update their debit card details. The other one I really like here is updating the payment due date. Updating the payment due date. That's a good one because, maybe you'd like to align it with maybe your billing schedule for other bills, maybe your income schedule with your, what you get from work and stuff. A lot of different reasons why you may want to change the due date. Folks can do that right there. And once they make changes, they're going to be prompted with a confirmation for reviewing their loan auto pay settings, make sure everything looks good before agreeing and then updating those settings. And what's also really great is if you have multiple Sunbits, this is a good opportunity where maybe you can't combine them, right? We've learned that before. You can't combine Sunbit transactions, but you can always change the due dates to be the same day if you just like them to pull together. So this is a really neat feature right there. Also, something new is the ability to link your bank account. Juanita, this is an interesting one because one of the things I had asked you about when we were doing our research on this was balance checks. So it looks like linking your bank account, if a customer does that, it enrolls them in balance checks. What is that?
So basically, it allows the Sunbit app to, before they take a payment, they check your balance like in your bank account to see if the funds are there. If they're not there, then you'll be notified via email saying like, hey, we see that there's not insufficient funds in your account, and kind of like give you a warning so that it doesn't take money or give you any what are those called? Those fees overdraft.
Yeah, overdraft.
So that you don't have any overdraft fees. So it'll check before it takes a payment and notify you if there's insufficient funds.
That's really neat because you can't do that with just debit card information.
Yeah, it has to be the
enrolling.
bank info.
Interesting. Boy, that's good looking out on Sunbit for folks.
Yeah.
Why get hit with unnecessary fees when you can just get a quick heads up like, hey, take a look real quick, before anything. Chelsea Smith letting us know in the chat. That's nice to have. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah.
Definitely nice to have. So that's balance checks. Something you can let your customers know about. Like, hey, by the way, there's a thing, you can do this, and Sunbit will let you know in case, there's ever any funds. You'll never get that overdraft issue thanks to linking your account.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing is, some folks may want to pay down their Sunbit early, just like any other loan, right? They want to pay this loan early. They can make manual extra payments whenever they want. I know I've done that on one of my previous Sunbits as well. And of course, Juanita, you were our call center training manager for a number of years. I'm sure we get a lot of calls about this from customers.
All the time. Oh, yeah. Calling just to pay it off, calling to make extra payments. It's a very, very frequent call.
Yeah.
But you could do it easily just at any time. It can be at midnight where you're like, oh, yeah, I have that Sunbit and I want to make a payment. You can do it in the app. So it's very convenient.
Mm-hmm. Boy, when I did my very first Sunbit, we didn't even have the mobile app. It was just doing it online. And I know some of you may have done Sunbits in the past, and maybe you never had the need to make any changes. You just set it and forget it, like we were talking about earlier. But being able to make manual payments, adjust all those settings, and even use update the payment method in the process of making an extra payment, really nice that you can do so. And then at a glance, see your payment schedule, and those statuses on what's coming up, what's your next payment. If you've been late on anything, you can see all that in real time with the Sunbit app. And just like we saw making those payments, it'll always ask for a review to any changes, especially for a manual payment, and then making sure everything is good. Payment received. Now, there's a couple of other things. There's the menu navigation. So this is where customers can access their account settings. They can also access support, privacy, and terms, and then, of course, log out. So that hamburger icon gives them a couple of options. And one of the newer updates is being able to start a new chat with our US support team live right there, just responding usually within a few minutes. Of course, we have our contact phone number, so that's there. And then we also have frequently asked questions on the loan product and frequently asked questions about the Sunbit card. I know a lot of you have had, we're curious about that too. And when it comes to the Sunbit card, that's also something the Sunbit app handles as well. Let's take a look at, Juanita, I'm so sorry. We've been running into this problem I'm having with one of my my monitors here, and I got to do a quick reset of it. So apologize, I'm slightly derailed, and that's further proof we're doing this live. If you just saw my screen do a weird flicker there. Okay, very good. We're getting reset.
Okay.
Juanita, is I'm kind of old school. I like calling people, but the chat the chat function seems to be incredibly popular.
Oh yeah, the chat function, it's not only available on the app, but it's also available online, which we'll show you here in a minute. But Adrian, my screen sharing if you want to switch it. I don't know if it'll work.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. But yes, chat's very popular. They're super quick. Their response times are usually under a minute or two. And so you can do that yourself through the app, or you can give them a call right there. But Adrian earlier was talking about the Sunbit card. So some customers might have a card that's a Sunbit card and may not even know it, because we do partner with different retailers for a credit card for their shop. So we do have those co-brand cards, which I skipped ahead about, but let me go to that. There we go. So if they do have the co-brand card with Sunbit, then when they sign into the app, it might bring them to their card page. Or if they just have a Sunbit card, maybe they've had a loan before but never set up the app, and they have a Sunbit card, it'll bring them to the Sunbit card page. So some of our partners for the Sunbit card, we partner with Chic Shoes, My Melrose, Ollie's, and then folks who have done a Sunbit before may have been invited to get a Sunbit card, just the Sunbit credit card. But yeah, the homepage will look a little different in the app if they do have a Sunbit card. It'll bring them straight to the card page here. But if you see at the bottom, there's a card tab and then there's a loans tab. So they can navigate between their loans and the card based on what they're trying to look at or what they're trying to manage or make payments on. And then if they had multiple loans, maybe they have 2 or 3 Sunbits that are active right now. When they sign in, they'll see a list of their Sunbits that they have or have had, and they can manage those or see details of current or previous Sunbits that they've done.
Nice. Thank you, Juanita. Boy, you saved the day there for a minute. And the other thing I also wanted to share, I think in the past couple of weeks, there was a really big update to
the website.
mysunbit.com. Yeah. So there was also the I think I can pull it up here. mysunbit.com also got a refresh look. So everything we just saw in the Sunbit app could also be accessed online, either mysunbit.com or just going to sunbit.com and clicking the customer login in the top right corner. But boy, this was kind of fun. Doing a little something different today, focusing on the customer app instead of our usual merchant ecosystem.
And we get a lot of questions about that in the post-event survey. I know it's helpful for you guys to kind of see and understand what your customers are seeing. So then you can better help them. Or if they come up with questions after they do their Sunbit and they want to know how they can manage, you guys can now be able to answer that confidently and say, hey, you can actually do that in the app, or this is how you register. They just need your phone number and the last 4 of your social to register, or whatever the case may be. We just wanted to give you that visibility so you can better help your customers with managing their accounts.
Nice. Putting a bow on it. Thank you, Juanita. And in a rare turn of events, we are ahead of schedule with our half-hour program. This usually doesn't happen, so this is a good opportunity to ask for questions. So if anybody from chat wants to pivot,
questions?
We can talk about whatever you want. Bring it. Let us know in the chat. We got a couple minutes here before we need to wrap up and let everybody know about the next show. Usually I'm running late. We're running.
Well, we'll fill you guys in. I got to see Adrian yesterday. Went to visit him in LA on Monday and came home yesterday. So Adrian and I got to be at the office. We didn't take any pictures though. We're failures.
We blew it. We didn't take any pictures.
We blew it. We didn't take any pictures together. It was a one-day trip. So we did eat some really good chicken sandwiches though. Oh my gosh. I was telling my husband about it afterwards. I was like, dude, that sandwich was so good. And it was random because we were like going to go get sushi and we were just walking. And then Adrian was like, ooh, look at this place. There was a sign and there was a picture of a big juicy sandwich outside. And we were like, let's go here instead. It was so good.
Oh, we got a sneak peek at the next generation of the Sunbeast app. And like what they're doing with it looks wild. Like so many things you all have been asking for. It looks. They were showing us like the mock-ups and stuff.
Different iterations. It'll be good.
It's a good time to be a Sunbeast. It's a good time.
A great time to be a Sunbeast. A great
Ivan, yes.
time.
More points opportunities.
Yeah. For sure.
And a lot more. Like the whole thing on extra cash is opening up in a way that I think a lot of you are going to be very excited about. Yeah, it's like extra cash mode on your own terms. Very exciting. It's man, I wish I could say more. Oh!
I know, not final yet. So we can't give too much. They're just kind of like testing some stuff out. But great things are being tested. So.
Looks like a lot of fun too. And all the community features. Some of you, I think, are testing a lot of what's going to roll out. Chelsea asking when it's going to be launched. I don't know, actually. I bet it's sometime this year. I don't know. But
I would think, sometime this year. Because when we were doing those presentations, they were talking about what they're working on this quarter. So they'll probably be doing it or finishing up here in Q2. Yeah. And then maybe Q3, potentially Q3, Q4.
Yeah. We're also working on a way to bring Sunbeast Live into the Sunbeast app. So you can actually just access it from there and register and do all that stuff, view it, get your points, all that, we know. But I'm really excited for the community stuff and all the posting. Apparently like Sunbeast will be able to post to the homepage. And then,
like a Facebook feed. Cool. So it'll be like a Facebook feed, but you guys can do it, because I think right now it's just us that's doing the post, right?
Only Sunbit can post. And no pictures in the current version.
But it's going to open up to where you guys can really just have your own little community in there. It'll be fun. Lots of fun stuff coming.
Yeah. And, there's still more than a month left on the Elite Escape.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are, looking for ways to help folks out, if you have any customers that maybe previously used Sunbit, they haven't been with you in a while, this might be a good opportunity to send them a pre-qualification link and reach out to them, remind them of what they have access to. And a lot of, the other stat that was shared with us is that 40% of current dealership Sunbit customers are returning Sunbit customers. That's wild. 40% of customers are doing their second or third Sunbit. So it was really interesting to hear that too. It's just gotten to that point. But the dental Sunbeasts are coming for you. They are. They're going to ask in our session later.
Oh yeah.
See how you guys are doing. But let's start wrapping up here. Taking a look at what's next on the schedule. Ooh, we got some good ones. Hold on a second. Next week, we're going to be getting into the weeds on how to adjust and cancel Sunbits. Like, what does that look like? I know we're going to be meeting with their team pretty soon and learning more ourselves. And that'll be a good one just to make sure you're super buttoned up before you go into the summer season. And then on the 6th, we're going to be focusing on the Sunbeast mobile app of
Switch
today.
it to you.
Yeah, so now today was about the customer app, and then on the 6th, it's all about you. And then I cannot wait for the episode on the 13th. We're bringing in Nick Goldman and Dan Gower. The three of us were the original training and activation team for dealerships way back in 2016. We used to spend a lot of time traveling, and a lot of the training methodologies we teach today, we learned back on the road all those years ago, celebrating 10 years at Sunbit. They're going to be joining us for a special episode on the 13th for us to go back in time and talk shop with the Sunbit Auto crew. And then be sure to follow us on YouTube. You can catch episodes simulcast there and then later published to Spotify the same afternoon. I'm going to put our link tree in the chat for everybody. You can also catch Quinita's Sun Clips in the Sunbeast mobile app, making a return for quiz questions for points. You can also catch them on YouTube Shorts as well. But Quinita, did I miss anything?
I don't think so. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff about the Sunbit app, and otherwise, always a pleasure hanging out with you guys.
From all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much for being part of the Sunbeast user community, for continuing your education with us on Wednesdays, and hopefully we'll catch you at the next one. Take care, folks, as we dance this one out.
Bye, guys. Just kidding.